Single foil shavers. There's a lot on the market right now, but do you need one on your station? Let's find out. What's good, YouTube? I'm back with another video. It's been a long time. I've been grinding, I've been working, I've been doing everything but making videos, and I apologize for that. I'm trying to get back into it, but life been lifing, dog. Anyway, I got a video for y'all. There seems to have been a lot of repeat products or products that they're just revamping, and I don't really care for a lot of those, if I'm being honest. One thing that's been catching my eye a lot has been single foil shavers. Now, do you need them on your station? I mean, I guess that's something that you have to decide, but I got a package from my boy Cruze the barber, and this is what he sent me. Yes, sir! The Caliber Solo Shaver. Now, I don't know anybody with this shaver yet. I've only seen reviews online, but we're gonna see how this compares to other single foil shavers that are on the market and that we use here in this studio. So as you can see, the box is nice, it's green, just like the shaver. On the side, it says it's a single foil shaver with a nickel blade, a metal shell, so the metal casing. It is waterproof, IPX4. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I don't know what that means, and I probably won't use a shaver in the water anyway, so it's cool. It's got an LED display. That's something I like. If you can find a shaver with an LED display, it is cool. It's not a necessity, but it is cool to have. USB-C charging, 2-hour runtime. Now, one thing this shaver does not say, oh, I'll take that back, 8,000 RPM. So I looked this shaver up online. It didn't say anything about RPM. So for those of you who need to know, it is 8,000 RPM. It does say it in a small fine print in the back of the box, but it doesn't say it anywhere else, not even on Caliber's website. So Caliber, y'all got to put that information out. I know it matters to some people, but it doesn't matter to me, to be honest. But for those of you who claim to be mechanics and clipper gurus, whatever, 8,000 RPM, bro. Now let's get to it. Yes, sir. You see the shaver. I don't mind this packaging at all. So this has like a matte finish. I don't want to say there is grip, but it's not like it doesn't have grip, if that makes sense. Like it's a nice feel. It's a nice feel, let's say that. You got the USB-C at the bottom for charging. It looks like you got a screen right here, Caliber logo on the side. I actually like this color a lot. So when I take the top off, it looks familiar. I'm not gonna lie to you. This looks a little familiar. I'm not gonna tell you to what, but so the inside, there's magnets on the inside to where once you place it on there, it just attaches. So the top is magnetic. So when you wanna put it on, you just drop it on there and it'll attach right away. You got the on switch on the side. Obviously all the shavers now, they make it to where you can't turn this on with the top on. So if it's in your bag, you don't got to worry about it turning on and all the battery being used up before you get back to it or before you get to where you're going. Now let's turn it on. It definitely feels powerful. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but it's not loud at all. As you can see on the front, it has the display and it tells you how much power is left. I do like how the screen is on the front. Now you can find this shaver right here on sale for about 50 bucks, but we're gonna see how this compares to the competition out there. Now keep in mind, 2-hour runtime, 8,000 RPM, USB-C charge. You can use it wet or dry. So you can use it in the shower if you want. That's not my thing, but if you wanna do that, you can do that. And last but not least, it has a display that tells you exactly how much battery you have left. Full metal body. Now let's move on to the next shaver. All these shavers don't belong to just me. These are just the single foil shavers that we use in this studio. Next up, we got the TPOB Play single shaver. Now if you have the JRL shaver, this shaver is almost identical to that shaver. There are a few differences though. Now this is a full metal body shaver, right? But it has the grip on it. This grip is really, really nice. It feels like Cadillac leather. You feel me? You got a nice place right here to put your thumb. On the side, you got a button to release the top foils, and then you have the on-off switch right here. This is not just an on-off switch, it also controls the dual speeds. So you have 2 speeds with this shaver, 7,000 RPM and 8,000 RPM. That's not bad for a shaver. That's actually something different. I don't have a shaver that has 2 speeds. I'm gonna be honest with you. Now charging this, it is a regular charger. It is not a USB-C. But one thing I like about this is it comes with a charging dock. So that's something to think about because a lot of people do want charging docks for their shavers. Now, if we're comparing this to the Caliber, as you can see, the foil on the TPOB is quite a bit bigger. It covers more ground. Also, just like the JRL shaver, when you pop the top, what do you see? Nothing. Why? Because there's 2 magnets on there. So it is magnetic. You do have to push it down just a little bit to put it on, but one button, you take it off. It's really cool technology for a shaver. If I'm being honest, this TPOB shaver may have the most technology out of all the shavers we're reviewing today. Now let's go over this one time. Now these are the stats for this shaver. The price for this shaver is $89.95, so about 90 bucks. 3-hour runtime, 2 speeds, 7,000, 8,000 RPM. Comes with the charging dock, and I didn't talk about this, but you can replace these grips. It comes with the white one and it comes with the black one. Now let's get to this next shaver. The Suprent Dark Reaper shaver. Now if you've seen my previous video, you know I already reviewed this shaver. Full metal body. This shaver is a bit heavier than the other ones though. Now when you look at it, it doesn't look like anything special. You got the Suprent on the bottom, nothing else really. On the bottom, all you have is USB-C for charging. That's it. That's the only way to charge this shaver. Now let's look under the hood, you feel me? Take the top off. You got gold foils. This one says for hair. This shaver comes with 2 different foils, one for hair, one for beard. Now there's no button to remove this foil. You just pull it off. Looks like a regular foil shaver. Now this is the one I was saying feels similar to the Caliber shaver, because when you drop it back on, it automatically goes back on. There are magnets on the side of this one as well that just clamp on to the shaver. Another thing about this shaver, turn it on. It's all black. You don't see nothing. If you look at the bottom, there is a screen that tells you how much battery life is left. The only issue with that is I forget to look because it's on the bottom of the shaver. So you never think to look at the bottom of the shaver. I will say that is a little bit inconvenient for me, but at least it has a display. It's better than nothing at all. Here are the stats on the Dark Reaper shaver. You can get this shaver for $69.99. That's 70 bucks. You got a 5-hour run time for this shaver. Now, I don't know about y'all, but that's a lot of time, dog. 8,000 RPM. It seems like all of these have about the same amount of RPM for the most part. USB-C charging, that is the only way to charge it. It has a hair blade and then it has a beard blade for those of you who want to use it for your hair and then on your beard. And last but not least, this has a display. Now it's on the bottom, it tells you battery life, but it is on the bottom. If that works for you, cool, but like I said, it's a little bit of an inconvenience being that it's on the bottom. You never think to look at the bottom of a shaver, if I'm being honest. I've never done that. That's just my opinion. On to the next one. Last but not least, this is the very first single foil shaver that I purchased for myself. This is probably one of the first ones that came out, if I'm not mistaken. The Stylecraft Uno. But let me say this, if you shop with Johnny B, they have their own shaver. The One. This is the same exact shaver. No difference. These shavers are a lot smaller than every other shaver we've reviewed so far. So what makes these stand out? Let's talk about it. On-off switch on the side. The Johnny B has a USB-C charger. The Uno has a clipper charger. That may be the only difference with these. Now you take the top off of both of them. The Johnny B is black, the Stylecraft Uno is gold, but it is the same thing. Now I'm not gonna take the top off of these shavers simply because it is hard to get back on. Sometimes it's hard to take off. It's way more difficult than any other shaver that I've used. Every other shaver just has a button. With these, you just pull it off. Sometimes the spring comes out. Sometimes the blade comes off with it. If I'm being honest, you don't really want to deal with that. But let me say this, if you need a shaver for the mustache area or just those tight areas around the ear, things like that, this being small actually helps with that. The Stylecraft Uno is good for tapers and just hard to reach areas for those of you who use double foil shavers. Now let's go over stats. You can find this for around 50 bucks. Sometimes lower depending on if a website has a discount code. So make sure you pay attention to that. Like I said, 2-hour runtime on a 30-minute rapid charge. Now, I don't know if it's the exact same with the Johnny B, but that's kind of hard to beat. I'd imagine they're the same though. 9,000 RPM. Now, this is how it sounds. It's not too loud, but I don't know if that feels like 9,000 RPM. Like I said though, those things don't really matter to me. I just use the shaver. But this is pocket size, so if you're going to do house calls or something like that, if you're traveling, it's easy to pack, easy to use, easy to pull out, put away. Now, what are single foil shavers used for? Like I said, tapers. Me personally, I'd use them for tapers around the neck, around the ear, low fades, things like that. Just, I use it for some people's beards when it comes to lining up around the lip, maybe above the stash. Just those tight areas that's hard to reach with your double foil shaver. Now, I said all I can say about these shavers is for you to decide and see which one is best for you. With that being said, that's it for this video. Like, subscribe, let me know what y'all want to see next. Let me know if you have any of these shavers and how you like them, or if there's one I left out and you think I should look into. But as always, I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace.